Hi, this is Catherine Egan. I am submitting my Beyond the Classroom PowerPoint presentation. Um, the topic was to pick a social media marketing campaign and put a presentation together. Many years ago, I work in a hospital and started a clinical documentation improvement program at the hospital. And one of the things that I found most useful was successfully sharing some tips on how to lead change in a very complex environment, working with physicians and nurses and all kinds of people that are documenting in health records. And then the health information management team has to take all of that documentation and translate it into coding language. And sometimes this gets lost in translation. So I wanted to relay how to start a documentation improvement program, and this was my presentation, which is actually a bit of marketing that whole idea. So I thought this would be an appropriate tool to use to submit for my assignment. So the first page that I came up with was an objective page, and that went over some of the issues why start a program, which is really a key concept in any kind of business. Why do you need to have a program? Who are the stakeholders? What are the challenges? And what kind of tools are you going to use? I think you have to do a lot of marketing and selling your idea. So whether you use media or grassroots, just going around talking to people about, you know, what it is that you're trying to sell is a basic concept. And I came up with challenges that to market your program or idea. What were those challenges? And the first challenge is not establishing a great enough sense of urgency. Well, if you take certain crises that are happening in your business or whatever area that you're trying to market, use those potential crises or opportunities as a way to sell your program. The next transformation effort challenge was not building enough of a strong team. So you need, a good team that's all, working towards the same vision and understands what the goals are of that vision. And sometimes it's not your traditional team that you are, used to working within. And I share Gilligan's Island here because it was, kind of an odd team of people, but yet they were very successful staying alive on the island for as long as they did. Cooperation is a very big deal when you're trying to start a program, and a lot of the problems that come up have to do with, you know, relationship difficulties, not knowing what it is that you're expected to do, and what the goals are, and how to achieve those goals. So establishing, exactly what everybody is doing and why they're doing it is a very um, important concept when you're starting out. Engagement, inviting ideas and challenges um, is very important when you're building a team. And then deciding maybe collectively as what those goals and will be, and then what's going to happen if we don't meet those standards and responsibilities. Are we going to have penalties? Are we going, you know, going to kick people off the team? What is it that we're going to do here if we don't meet those expectations? And lacking a vision, um, this was one of the best things that we came up with as a clinical documentation improvement program, was really, what is it that we wanted our program to be? What was our vision? And we came up with a mission statement. And everybody has has their own opinion on what a clinical documentation improvement program should be. So we came up with our mission statement, and it really served us well throughout the years, and it remained relevant. So it took some time to come up with it, but when we did it and we were done with it, we were happy with it. The great thing about the mission statement here for the PowerPoint is that I was able to transition these faces in. We have one person with the pie chart and one person with dollar signs, so they both have different agendas for what a clinical documentation improvement program should be. The fourth challenge was not communicating the vision by a factor of 10. You have to really be out there selling your program, talking to people about what your new program is about, and why you're doing it, and how they are a part of the whole process, and how you want to be successful, and then putting those practices in place, and having people follow those examples that you leave behind. Another challenge is not empowering others to act on the vision. Everybody needs to understand what their roles are, but also be allowed to step outside that box and take a chance, and use some non-traditional ideas and activities to carry your message forward. And if you find that there's certain obstacles, or sometimes people are obstacles, you may need to challenge them a little bit more, share the issues that you're having with that person, or their way about going things, and change the way it's being carried out. Changing behavior, that was another thing that is really big in healthcare. Everybody gets really ingrained in the way they're doing things. Why do I have to do this? I don't want to do this. There's nothing for me in it. You really have to be able to speak to your program, drop everything when somebody's interested, and talk to them about all the opportunities in getting them engaged and involved in what you're trying to do. Create some wins, be able to measure your performance improvements and share those successful outcomes with the stakeholders, and recognize and reward employees from those improvements. Analysis, you're always going to be measuring your performance. There isn't a program today that isn't measured in some kind of software, and make sure that the data that's going into your software is accurate. And you have to always be cleaning up the database, and making sure that the information is accurate, looking at the performance, reviewing what people are doing concurrently and retrospectively in the process, and then use those consolidating successes in your hospital, or whatever marketing concept that you have. Share those successes with as many people as you can. reinvigorate the program with, maybe rotate some people within the program to share those successes and come up with new ideas and themes. Articulate those connections, how your organization is successful um, with your program, and show that how the organization is better as a result of it. And remember that you're always going to be analyzing your performance. You got to have a lot of patience and persistence and a lot of communication to sell whatever it is that you're trying to sell. And thank you. That's it.